tell me how it looks? You want to log in? Can you check?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Says they're live. It looks good.
Yes, you want to go ahead and share it to the homepage?
Yippers. All right, let's see here. There it is.
So, can you tell me if the volume's working good?
I would imagine that it is.
Can you check it?
I'm gonna get this done real quick.
Okay. You might want to check it. Actually, I can do that on my phone.
Let's see here if I can share this over on our personal page real quick. Man, it's been a long time since we've been live.
I know, right?
Like
I think we even
this.
know how to do it anymore.
All right, here we go.
I'm not seeing it live.
It's almost on there.
No, I mean, like, I'm not seeing it
Oh, I
live
did.
on
I did.
on our personal business page for some reason.
All right, we should.
Hello.
It should be
There it is.
posted on our personal
post
page here
top.
in just a second.
I just want to check the volume. Yeah, if that sounds okay.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, we're good.
I think we're.
All right, we are. We're just setting up, guys. We're basically going to do our.
So look, everything is shifted to that one side. We need to move over toward. I need to move over towards you a little bit.
Oh God, you have to move over by me.
Just gotta get a little closer.
Good.
How about?
So we're going to do our regular podcast. We're just going to be live when we do it. So we do have our phones out. So if you guys have some questions, we'll keep repeating this because we don't expect a lot of people to jump on and watch it today. But we'll repeat
What else would you do on a day that actually, I don't know where you're logging in from or watching from, probably from your couch, or your bed, but it's not that bad out here.
I know.
Like, we could have run some trips today.
I don't know about running trips, but
And I had the whole group. We have a group text that we do with all of our guides. And I mean, I was dooming and glooming, baby. I was
dooming and glooming.
Chase, Jeremy, if you guys go duck hunting and leave y'all's wives this morning, I'm going to be.
He was all about it this morning.
And shoot, y'all could have gone duck hunting this morning. I mean,
I think Chase did go duck hunting, didn't he? Or was that a joke?
I'm thinking it was a joke.
Chase, did you go duck hunting? I don't know. Maybe he did.
If he did, Jeremy's really going to have his tail between his legs.
I don't know. I don't know about all that.
I just don't see Chase going and leaving Jeremy on the
They've
couch.
been duck hunting a lot, quite a bit, actually. Every day they're not working, they're duck hunting pretty much, right?
Yeah. Well, Jeremy bought a brand new duck boat.
Yeah.
And he's getting his use out of this thing.
What does he do with it when he's done? Just like put it away? I mean, because he's not going to use it. Does he use it in the summer?
You know,
I mean, I guess if he wanted to go fishing up in the creek, he could.
I mean, he could, maybe do like some camping up. It runs in no time, go up the creeks or whatever. But yeah, I think for the most part,
Hey, Curtis,
he puts
thanks
it
for
up.
watching. Hey, Brandon.
So, yeah,
have not seen you in a minute, Brandon. I sure miss fishing with you
Brandon
guys.
who?
Brandon Cantrell.
Hey,
He fished with me a long time ago, remember?
good old
Him and his
Brandon.
wife.
Hey, do we miss Terry fishing or what? I mean,
No, we don't.
if anybody's watching and we need to get Terry back in the boat, raise your right hand and say amen on the screen.
I don't think anybody's going to say anything about
I
that.
think girl over here needs to get out of retirement and start fishing again. Show us
I'm
boys
not
how to catch them.
retired. You keep saying I'm retired. I'm not retired.
What are you then?
I work a lot, actually.
Okay, but why not?
Oh,
fish?
retired from fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe that.
Is that a true assumption?
Yeah, I guess, except for in the summertime. When
Early
I work with you.
retirement. Summertime, I can't even get you to go to offshore with me in Port O'Connor.
Well, you do a lot of guy trips.
Guide or guy?
Guy trips. And so, if you got 6 guys in the boat, they don't want some chick tagging along.
Most
and then they
guys
got to
in
explain
a
it to
boat
their
want a
wives why
chick
some
tagging
girl was
along.
on the boat. I've dealt with that for years. I'm just like, Good.
So it sounds like to me, folks, the mind is made up. She doesn't want to be back
No,
on the
I'm
water.
going to. I said I would run some
she's
trips.
going to. Okay, so let's talk about this for a
Oh
minute.
my God.
So what are you going to do exactly?
I told you I would run some catfish trips.
I would or I will?
I will. I will.
There's a difference between I would or I will.
I'm thinking about it. Something bit me on my neck yesterday.
It wasn't me.
No, I know, but anyway. Man, it is funky outside. Funky.
What's up, Curtis?
It is,
Curtis is watching.
Yes.
What'd
we
Jeremy
love
say?
Curtis. Yeah, I'm going to put the boat up and not use it much in the summer. Oh, okay.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You could come.
It's a
put
cool
it,
boat.
You should come put it in our shop. That way.
They have I mean, I don't mind. Don't they have a garage?
Oh, he has a great shop. Jeremy's
Yeah.
got a big old
I
nice
was
shop.
about to say, why would he want to take it to our shop?
Yeah.
Not that I care, Jeremy. You can do whatever you want. I just think it's funny. I was like,
Oh man.
Jeremy's got his own stuff. But anyway, so what are we talking about today?
Talking about Snuffy Smith. Oh, Snuffy's watching from Texas A&M.
Old?
Not really old.
Like old
Snuffy.
Old Snuffy, not
Old.
old Snuffy. What's his first name? His name's not. They call it.
It's not.
Come on. Ooh, now you're going to be.
Well,
on
I
the
know
spot.
the name, but
What's his name?
he stays incognito on his Facebook.
I know. But so
So we would never say his real name.
Oh, see, I knew there was a story behind that. Everybody's looking at him.
I'm
now
sitting there going, Terry, shut up, shut up, shut up. If he's watching, he knows what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
It's kind of funny. Sorry, we're not trying to blow your cover or nothing.
He's FBI, y'all. CIA.
No, he's ICE. He's the border
He's
agent
CIA.
for sure.
You're bad. That's not even right.
Oh, look, he wrote his name on there. I can't believe it. Good job, Garrett. I wasn't gonna say anything, but since you said it, I'll go ahead.
Garrett, do you think he remembered your name, or he just was trying to?
No, I remembered Snuffy Smith. He has definitely been through the ranks through the years. I've never referred to him as Snuffy on the boat. Hey, 1 year. Let me tell you about.
That's a cute name. I think.
Let me tell you about something about old Snuffy. Well, there's a lot of
Sorry.
things that come to mind, but
He's
one of
sitting
my
at home today, watching something on TV, going.
one of my all time. We're talking about people that are watching here, and there's one here, Snuffy Smith,
What's up,
Garrett. We won't leave his last name in there, but we were going offshore.
He remembers my dad. That's what he's saying.
Of course, I remember his dad. One of my all-time favorite trips was when his dad brought his sister, and she was probably at that time close to 80.
Yeah.
And she was a firecracker, and she hooked up into a hybrid,
Yeah.
and she didn't want nobody touching her rod. Garrett's in the back videoing.
Yeah.
And
That's
Garrett's
one of my
dad-
favorite videos.
Yeah,
I love
it
your
was
dad.
awesome. And she
we
was-
love your dad probably
been
more
over.
than you. No, I'm so kidding. We love
But hold
your
on,
dad.
let me
We
tell
love your
a
dad.
quick story
He's a sweetheart.
about Garrett. We were headed
Okay,
offshore.
sorry.
It was just him, his dad, and I think there was two more. I think it was four of us on there, and we were headed out real far that day. It was real pretty until we got about 30 miles out, and we come across these giant water spouts that were literally on the water, and you could hear them. And so we all looked at each other like, should we do it? And we're like, what the heck? I mean, it was like beautiful out. So we literally drove. Garrett can tell us. I bet we drove within 40 yards, 50 yards. We got so close to the water spouts, we could feel the mist coming off.
Oh,
of them.
yeah?
Yeah.
That's
We just
cool.
kind of kept going. And went way on out and caught some amberjack and had a good trip. So
Fun.
a lot
How
of fun.
fun.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but we love you, Garrett.
Noelle is watching.
We love your dad too, though. Oh,
Noelle, are you staying
he's
warm?
such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh. We were going to talk about some stuff today, some random stuff that I guess we just kind of mentioned before we walked up here. But one of the things we were going to talk about was the lake, like not so much the history of the lake, but just about the lake.
Terry
you know?
wants to give us a history lesson today of
Oh,
Lake
my God.
Tawakoni.
I can't stand you.
She has everything written down.
I have nothing written down. Let me
actually,
peek him right quick.
she's going to break down the Tawakoni Indians and tell us even what kind of beef and pork that they liked.
Oh my God, you're annoying.
What kind of pork did they like, babe?
I don't know. I don't eat pork, so I don't know.
You kind of do.
I don't eat pork.
Did you eat the sausage this morning?
That's not pork. That's sausage. I don't eat pork.
Okay. So what is the difference
Pork
between
has
eating pork
parasites, y'all.
and then what's the difference between eating pork and sausage? Because she ate a big old
I don't eat
nice
bacon.
sausage this morning. I saw it.
I had one and a half salt. Anyway,
You
it
had-
doesn't matter.
Anyways.
Gosh.
Says Snuffy says we'll plan a trip this year and hope the weather cooperates. I also want to get with you guys to schedule a men's trip. I got hit for the church. Awesome.
We'd love
That'll
to do
be great.
that.
That'll be a lot of fun.
So do you guys know, and if you do, put it in here in the comments, because we're really looking at the comments today, but do you know when Lake Tawakoni was built, when it was impounded? Do you know? I'm going to see the first person that says if they know.
The first person that gets on ChatGPT and says,
Oh,
when
hey,
was Lake
Wayne.
Tawakoni? So there's a difference between when the dam was constructed, when it filled up, and when it was
And
opened.
when it opened. So we know it took 2 years to build. So what year did it open?
It's the same. Hey, Wayne, what's the same? You said
Can
it's
you
the
get on
same.
your phone,
Oh.
Silly Willy?
Yeah, I'll get on my phone.
So we're looking to see if someone knows. When was Tawakoni? Come on, guys. I know y'all know this.
Jeremy says offshore, please. Jeremy, are you referring to talking more about offshore versus Tawakoni? Or are you,
Hey, Rick.
or is he,
Why? A lot of these people are coming in and out. December. There you go. That's right. 1960. So it started in 58 and they opened it in 60. Or it started filling up in 60, right?
that's,
December.
no, it actually
Was full in 60.
It filled up in 60.
Yeah, it filled up really quick because of the river and all that. Other stuff.
Noel says 1986.
He's crazy.
It was commissioned in 1960. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
commissioning
commissioned.
meaning that it opened up to the public.
Yeah.
And they actually started working on it, actually moving dirt for the dam in 55.
Did they?
Yeah, you go back to the Wills Point Library, and they actually have
what?
the Wills Point Library.
Library.
Have you ever heard of a library?
No,
Like,
you said
those are-
library.
Library. Did you see where they're trying
Library.
to abolish a
We'll
bunch of
never get
libraries in
anywhere.
Texas because they're saying they're obsolete now? And
What do
a bunch
you
of
do
the old
about that?
timers are like, no way, no.
Kinda.
But there's some really good archived photos. And
Yeah, you could
dialogues.
get online and look it up.
No, you have to go to the.
No,
to
I
the
found them
library.
online in the archives.
Anyways,
I will post it later.
Dodger, what's up, Dodger?
So 58,
What's up, Doug?
and then it's 60, and they called it the Iron Bridge. Is Iron Bridge Dam?
Iron Bridge. Well, the Iron Bridge Dam. But what's really cool was the Iron Bridge.
Yeah,
It was a notable, cool
Yep.
bridge that crossed the Sabine River down to the river bottoms, which is now where the dam is.
right around that
And-
area. I think is what they said. It was in
Yeah.
that general area.
And they actually had to take the bridge down when they built the dam.
So they just kind of they called it that, but it was the dam. They took the bridge down, but most like people now they just call it the bridge, the spillway, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The dam,
Hey,
the
what's up,
spillway,
Josh?
Whatever.
So, hey, one of you guys do a fact check on this. So, the word Tawakoni, Tawakoni is the Tawakoni Indians. I think they were a sublet of the Caddo Indians. But someone find out what the
Sublet.
word Tawakoni actually means. That's
Tawakoni.
Tawakoni. Yeah, if you ask Alexa or you ask Siri, you have to say Tawakoni because if not,
Even if you try to like talk text,
yeah, exactly.
but
Hey, Josh, are you out fishing today, buddy? Are you twisting wrenches or are you just chilling?
so what was your question again?
I wanted to ask Noel what he meant by 1986.
Babe, get on there and ask chat. What
Hey, Noel, what was in 1986 besides the fact that you were probably born then?
86? No, he probably graduated from high school in 86.
Oh, he's a youngin.
No, he's not. He's 45,
No, he's 47.
47.
Yeah.
That's still young.
Yeah.
Young. But anyway, so we were talking about that. We're talking about, because we were just kind of, going back and forth on some stuff this morning about the lake and the history of the lake a little bit. And we know that the lake was named after the Tawakoni Indians
So look,
tribe.
I asked Noel because he said 1986, which is probably about when Richland Chambers. Someone do a fact check on Chambers. I think Chambers was born sometime
River
around
Bend among sand hills is what Google says.
River Bend among sand hills
That-
is what
What Tawakoni means?
Google's saying. That's actually kind of
That
interesting.
is kind of cool.
Noel said Siri lied to him. He said that in 1986. Well, guess what? ChatGPT
Chat
lied.
lies all the time, y'all.
We asked today what the largest lakes in Texas were because
Oh my
this comes
gosh.
up all the time on my boat.
Yeah.
Fishing guides, we only have so much to talk about. We got new customers every day, so we can say the same things every day, and no one knows that we're saying the same stuff. But one of my favorite things to talk about Tawakoni is it's the fourth largest lake in Texas.
Inside of Texas.
Every
y'all.
single time someone says, well, I thought
Texoma.
and I thought Toledo Bend. Those aren't in Texas, folks.
Well, they are in Texas.
They're
but
in Texas and Oklahoma, and they're in
Oklahoma.
Texas and Louisiana. We're talking about lakes that are completely in Texas.
you got to watch what you say to him because he's very literal.
Well, okay, so check it out. Who can first? Let's see who the first person is to list the 4 largest lakes in Texas and get them right in order.
We should give away something for that. You want to give a hat away?
Jeremy says it was 5th. Nope, it was not.
All right, the first person that gets it right that we see, we'll send you a hat.
Yeah, it's in order. It's posted. The first 4, and they have to be correct.
Yep.
So first 4 surface area lakes.
Come on, y'all. You ain't got to chat
order.
or Google them.
Well, don't chat GPT them because chat GPT will tell you
Then I get
Lake
your-
Buchanan and Lake Austin, like little lakes. It was nuts. But there's 4 lakes
on, there's
inside Texas,
$25
not including
hat out there for
Texoma,
this.
and not including Toledo Bend, not including Falcon and Amstead. So these are 4 lakes. So, and I've already helped you out because I've already said
Yeah, you're deleting.
Tawakoni is 4th.
Oh, quit telling people.
Well, I'd already said it before we did this.
Oh,
So.
yeah. It's cold up here.
What's up,
Our
Brian?
studio's cold, y'all. It's
What's up,
upstairs.
Gary? Gary's watching. River
I'm
Bend
46.
among sand hills.
I'm 45 till February 24th.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
I'm 46 until February 24th.
I'm
What's up,
glasses
Jacob?
on. That's so funny.
That is hilarious. So,
Man.
Jeremy said he thought it was 5th. Hey, what does it mean when they have these? Look, these little, like Doug Maddox has like a little thing that says 5 next to his name,
I have no
and Jeremy's
idea.
got one that says 3.
I don't have that on my phone, so I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know. Does anybody know?
So there's a little badge next to Doug's name and a little badge next to Jeremy's name that says, and we may be the only ones that see it.
Sherwood, Louisiana is a large reservoir.
Okay,
Texas is-
Snuffy, you're out.
Hold on, look. He's got a long message.
I bet
here.
Toledo's not.
You copied and pasted that.
Toledo is not included because it's part
The
in.
largest lake located
Louisiana.
entirely within the state of Texas is Livingston,
Nope. Strike 2.
then Texoma. So we're talking about the entire lake
Look,
has to be inside of
Melton
inside
got
of
it.
Who?
Melton got it. Wayne Melton gets a hat.
Rayburn, Livingston, Richland, and Tawak. That's right.
That's exactly
the right.
right.
answer.
That is exactly right. What'd you think?
Well, good. Now we don't have to mail. Now we don't have to mail it. No. Next time we see you, Wayne, we give you a hat.
Yeah, Wayno, we get you a good old hat, a little
That's
Tawak
funny.
hat.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's right. I mean, I literally had to ask Chat. I actually was like ChatGPT. I was like, "No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. Don't give me the right answers."
Doug,
Like whatever.
you're right in some ways, but we're talking about the actual lakes inside Texas, not like Toledo borders Louisiana and Texoma borders
Yeah.
Oklahoma. So, but hey, if you're wondering, here's how it goes. It goes Rayburn is the number 1, and then followed by Livingston for our folks down around Houston.
Yep.
Then you got to jump up, and it always bothers me that Richland Chambers is a few thousand acres. I always want to say that Tawakoni is the 3rd largest lake in Texas.
And you've said that in the past.
In the
I've heard
past,
you.
I did, and I didn't realize I was wrong. But Richland Chambers is a few thousand surface acres bigger than Tawakoni. And then Tawakoni is 4th.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds about right.
yep. And there's a whole bunch of lakes right after Tawakoni that just kind of are really close in order. It's
How big is Cedar Creek? Do you know
it's
just
like
offhand?
34,000.
So
So
it's
someone
right there.
fact check me on that. I want to say it's 34,638 acres. So that's just literally shooting from the hip.
Hey, did you turn our stew down?
I did.
Okay.
It's on Bear Simmer,
Okay.
so we should be good.
Okay, good. That's funny.
What's up, Philip? Philip's watching. Mr. Men's Club.
Hell.
When we say men's
Hey-o.
club, we're talking about a Catholic
Shannon.
men's club
Aw.
of fishermen
Hey,
that come to
Shannon.
fish with us every April or May. So, who's watching?
Oh,
Shannon Wheeler.
Shannon.
Tomorrow's
Yeah.
temps will be what we want. Oh my God, we need to talk about that for a minute. if you can join in if you want, but here's what I most remember about the trip that Shannon Wheeler
Oh my God, it was
took
so
his wife.
cold.
I felt so sorry for his wife, but actually she ended up doing a lot better than Noel did. If Noel's watching, he'll remember
Noel
this.
had like a hoodie and some.
So
jeans on that
Noel,
day.
this was back 8 years ago when Noel started working for us, and he was training for trophy catfishing.
Yeah.
Shannon Wheeler booked a trophy catfish trip. He had already been out with you and his dad, and y'all smoked them. Y'all had a
No, we fished after you.
Oh, it was after?
Yeah, it was after
So
that
maybe this
trip.
was the first one?
I think it was.
Guys,
What
let me
did
tell
he say?
you,
He might have
we
said-
had this exact weather, except in my opinion, it was the winter weather wasn't as bad, but the cold was horrible. I want to say it was like, and Shannon can correct me, but I want to say the high that day was like 16
okay.
degrees.
Thanks,
and
Noel.
it started around 9. Check this out. And it was cold the day before too, and I was anchor fishing a lot. And if you remember, we did a live video. Someone can actually go back and see this on YouTube or on Facebook.
It'll be on
I
Facebook.
brought my anchor boxes in the kitchen
Oh yeah.
and put them in the kitchen the night before
They
the
were
trip
frozen.
because they were frozen solid. I took a baseball bat, and I hit the anchor ropes as hard as I could in the kitchen, and it was like hitting like concrete.
Gotcha.
So, but we got out there. Let me tell you something. It was a tough day. We did not catch a lot of fish. Noel, poor guy, not only did he freeze his toes literally off, they still don't work right from what I understand, but he tied up a leader and he was so cold, he didn't get it tied right. And when he went to throw it out, because everything just came apart. I mean, the bait went this way, the weight went over here, and the other stuff went over here. And I looked at Noel. I said, "If you're gonna work for us, you got to tie a better knot than that." he didn't know what to say. He just started laughing.
Oh, bless his heart. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh my god!
So you were saying that about Shannon's trip because they were super cold that day. It was just incredibly cold.
It was unbelievable. Yeah, Shannon
He
should
gets-
tell
he
us
gets
here in a minute.
lost.
Shannon knows this a little better than I do, but I will say this. Shannon, he was in this yellow and black suit. I'll never forget it. I think his wife was too. Shannon can say, I think it was like an Arctic armor suit or something. This is 8 years ago. So the fact that I remember the color of his suit, but I can't remember where I put my keys in my wallet yesterday is
Exactly.
kind of funny. But we, at the end of we caught a few fish here and there, but at the end of the trip, of all places, we went shallow and drifted shallow. And we freaking landed into a nice 40-something pound class fish and saved the day. And I remember when we landed that fish, we all looked at each other. Shannon looked at me. Everybody looked at everybody and said, "We gone. We did what we did, and we out of here." So
We're ready to go in.
it was funny. Hey, Jackie, how
That's
are you?
funny. Well,
Jackie's watching.
so we're talking about back to what we were talking about originally. We were talking about Tawakoni. There were some other interesting facts that I was researching or read. Not really research, a chat DBT 5 questions, but is that what was the other thing that we were talking about this morning about the lake?
Well,
How often it's stocked, how it got stocked originally.
does anybody know the highest level and what year it was?
Lowest level is what I was one
it
thing I was
lowest?
talking
The
about.
lowest level.
Yeah, what year? Hold on. Stocking.
Well, we get into all this
Well,
stuff.
the stocking, I want to talk about that really quick. Do you guys know that the Parks and Wildlife, they stock Tawakoni almost every year, right? For hybrids? Fingerlings?
Every year, their goal is every year.
Yeah,
right?
so every year.
And then, but
Of course, if I said every year, he'd go, well, not every year.
well, yes. So theoretically, it's every year.
Yeah.
They missed some years around COVID because they're stocking facilities, and then they also missed a few years back in like 06, 07.
Yeah.
And then in 13,
Was that because the
14,
lake was so low?
Because it was
in
so low,
6?
and their brood ponds were so low. They couldn't grow them.
Yeah.
And
Did you say Groupon?
brood.
Oh, I was like, they give coupons? Groupon?
Oh, Groupon coupons.
Yeah.
No, the brood ponds were
Brood
really
ponds.
really low.
I got you. I got you.
So 2000, Jeremy says 2011 was lowest. It's close. Actually, 2006,
Yeah, and
was-
11 was right behind it.
14.
Oh, no, 14.
Yeah, that's our heat.
Oh,
Scared the crap out of me.
we're not up in the studio very often. Okay,
Yeah.
so 2014, you're right, was 14 for sure.
So-
But 2006 was the lowest. It was 12 foot.
But almost 12 foot. It was like 11.6 feet.
Right. And then in 2014, when we actually paid out of our pocket to have the old Holiday Marina dredged. Remember?
That was unbelievable.
And then they closed it down like a year later. I was like, what?
Yeah. So,
But yeah.
so check this out, guys.
Do y'all remember Holiday?
Here's what's funny. We have a lot of guys that work for us. Chase may have seen it. I don't think Jeremy's seen it. And I know Noel hasn't seen it. Jeremy may have seen it because I think he was around in 14, but just not, guiding, but maybe he wasn't. Heck, I don't even know. Jeremy might have still been in high school in 2014. I don't know. But anyways, the lake was down extremely low in 14, and the timber out in the middle of the lake was out of the water, no lie.
Oh, yeah.
8-9 feet in the air, maybe 7-8 feet in the air, which was substantial. And anywhere on the south end of the lake, from the 2 Mile Bridge south, anytime you look out across the horizon, all you saw was what looked like a forest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super thick. Matter of fact, if you go to our YouTube page and you search our YouTube page for a tree hugger or someone's put in like tree hugger.
Just type in Tawakoni tree hugger.
Yeah, type in Tawakoni tree hugger on YouTube.
Yeah, it'll pop up.
And you will see a guy, a friend of ours named Terry. He is
Nice
in
guy.
an orange deer hunting suit, and they were going to anchor out in the middle of the trees on a windy day. And when he pulled up when the guy he was with pulled up to the tree and Terry went to throw the rope around the tree, something happened and he was leaning too far forward and he was caught between the tree and the boat was going away from the tree. So he had to jump onto the tree. So here we come driving across the lake, going fishing.
It was so rough that
It was
day.
freezing cold, rough. And we kept seeing this orange object in the
stupid
tree,
back then.
and we're like, someone left their orange jacket in a tree. Maybe they're marking a good spot. Let's go over and check it out.
Yeah.
We went over there, and there's a guy in a tree in the middle of the lake. It was crazy. So
that was funny. But yeah, the timber out there was crazy because especially if you wanted to fish out there. Remember how good the fishing was? And the lake was a little lower, and you could actually go out and just tie up to the timber out there and throw some range cubes out or some whatever.
Yeah.
It was great.
So, right here, Jeremy said 2011, but Doug says that in 2006, it was the lowest, which is what we thought it was.
Yeah.
But he says in 1990, that's the highest. And Doug, if you could take a look, from what I heard we were meeting with the Sabine River Authority yesterday. We're going to be doing some work, and we were just meeting with them yesterday. They said that the highest the lake's ever been was right at 5 foot. So, Doug, if you'll check that out and see if in 1990, if you're seeing that those numbers are matching. Jeremy says that the badges that are next to the name, those are anniversary badges. So that shows you how long.
I think Noel
they've
said that too up there.
Yeah. Did he?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like we all
Cool.
know. But,
And Shannon Wheeler said that he just sent a video
yeah, he did.
from that trip. So I can't wait to check that out.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. We were texting about it not too long ago.
Yeah.
Fun times. That's what I miss about fishing the most. It's just like these memories, that you make in people's lives, and you go about your day, and then they're like, oh yeah, 3 years ago was the day I caught my big fish, or we did this, or I don't know. I do miss that quite a bit. Miss fishing with Rick Dixon.
Oh my.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Love Rick.
Yeah. Hey, I had, of all the trips I've ever had with him, we had the infamous twofer trip where they caught the 85.5 the first time.
yeah.
And then 5 weeks later, Tommy Robinson caught the same fish 16 miles apart.
Yeah.
Which you've never heard that story. That's an amazing story. I won't go into the details of it, but Rick Dixon, who's on this feed right now, he's making some comments. He hooked into an 85.5 in 50 foot of water on the south end of the lake in January. It was like January 15th. And then on March 4th or March 5th, Tommy Robinson hooked the same exact fish. And I can explain, I won't, but I can explain why we know it's the exact same fish.
Yep.
In
There's a video out
3
there.
foot of water, right at the mouth of the Sabine
It was
River.
like 6 weeks later.
It was
I think I made a
unbelievable. That fish
comment,
traveled,
6 weeks.
as a crow fly, he traveled about 12 or 14 miles.
Yeah.
But you think they don't swim in a straight line. So that fish probably swam several hundred, if not 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
And
I think
ate,
that's a little
or
Well,
however
over.
much, who knows? I mean,
20 miles maybe.
but they made a massive migration. That fish made a massive migration.
It did.
And I would have thought 6 weeks later, the fish would have weighed a couple pounds more. But if you think about it, that fish had to exercise to get up there. So it probably burned calories.
And we know it was the fish because he weighed the fish in the net and it left little like tic-tac-toe marks on it. And so like a hashtag.
Well, the net had.
The net did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so.
Had diamond shapes.
Yeah. And so it left these little red marks on the fish and they matched them up.
And then, to verify for sure, we started looking at like the actual intricate parts of like the moles on the fish, and there were some scars on it.
Yeah.
And they all matched up.
That's pretty cool.
And they weighed almost to the ounce the same 6 weeks later, which was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
It was funny. I mean, fun that both guys caught that fish and made an awesome memory. And that's why we put the fish back. Anything over 10 pounds, we put back.
Holy crap. Doug Maddox says that in 1990, it was 7 foot over.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
Man, if it ever got 7 foot over again.
That would like flood Patty's place, wouldn't it? Isn't that like?
No, it
wouldn't
flood
flood
Patty's,
that.
but it would flood. I mean, it would come up to like above the sidewalks at our lodge. I mean, at the cabins. It would come to the first steps.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't.
Yeah, last night, we had this weird, and this morning early, had this weird northeast wind. And that's the only wind that really bothers us, the east-northeast wind.
Yeah.
And it just pounded the shoreline over there in front of the lodge and cabins and our dock. And we thought our walkway was toast, but it really took a beating last night. And the lake is what, just 2 feet low right now?
The lake is right at 2 foot low.
Yeah. So
thank God it's that low, because if we'd have had the pounding that we got last night on the shoreline and had a full lake, that's what keeps eating away.
I know.
So
that's a lot that we're taking care of.
Well, so Jeremy made a comment. It's kind of funny. He said it's crazy the amount of trips that we do yearly, which the number of trips that we do is a lot. And we can remember almost every trip just by looking at either a pic or talk about the customer.
I know.
Which is crazy.
And you remember everything about it. Where you fished, where all the spots you fished.
So let me tell y'all about this one trip that Terry and I, now this almost got me divorced.
Oh, you're not going to talk about that.
Well, it depends. I probably won't talk about the one I think you're thinking of. This one's a little better.
Okay.
But we
the one
decided.
I'm thinking about, he ain't going to talk about.
Imagine this, guys. Imagine what we have coming in, especially tonight. It's supposed to get down to like, 11 or 12 degrees here. And then, super Arctic crap going on. So we did a trip together back when Terry was still fishing, when she was not retired.
Oh my gosh.
And we had a 2-boat. It wasn't the same group either. It was like I had a boat and she had a boat. She had, what was his name? We
I know what story you're talking about.
So we fished right after an Arctic front like this. It was like 2 days after the bad stuff hit. And we thought there would be a shad kill, but we weren't sure. And if you don't know what a shad kill is, they happen this time of year when we get these massive rapid cool downs. We got out on the main lake where we had been destroying fish. I mean, we were sticking our chest out, like being able to go to one spot, anchor up, and just murder them. And so we both went down there. Well, an hour and a half in, I called her, and I was like, how many bites you had? And she was like, I haven't had a bite. And I'm like, I have not had a bite either. And so I had Tommy Johnson with me. You had, oh my gosh, we just talked about him the other day. He's really good friends with, he fishes on Hubbard a lot, but we'll think of his name here in a second. And so I made a crazy move and went all the way as far north and west as you could go on the lake. Like literally about killed me to drive up there because it was still like 19 degrees that morning. And we drove all the way up to 6 foot of water and started marking a ton of giant fish in the Caddo Inlet. You got to remember this. And so we anchored up, and immediately we doubled up on like a 40 and a 50, like in the first 10 minutes of on anchor. And I was like, oh my God. So I called Terry, and she's like, where are you? I said, you got to get here now. So she drives from the spillway. You were down at the spillway.
Oh.
And you drove all the way up. You said it was the
long.
coldest you've ever been.
I thought I was going to die.
In your entire life. You drove from the spillway all the way to Caddo.
Yeah.
You freaking anchored up within
freezing.
100 yards of me, and y'all caught that 70. God, what's that guy's name?
I know.
Y'all caught a 76 right in front of me. Of course, we were happy for you, but I was still a little jealous.
Yeah.
And
oh my God,
and still to this day,
Will?
that's his
Will.
personal best fish.
Not
And he's
Will.
a heck of a fisherman.
He's a heck of a
And
fisherman.
he catches a ton of fish all the time.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, what's his name?
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter.
So, anyways,
Well, what brought that story up?
just that it reminded me with this Arctic stuff. We're probably going to have a shad kill.
I got you.
And yeah, okay, Jeremy. With that said, will the white bass spawn in the creek? Can they make it up there? That's a really good question, Noelle. Let's talk about that here in a minute, since we're talking about Tawakoni. So since we're down,
Thanks for the information, Doug. By the way,
yep,
he gave us info.
We appreciate that. So, what do you think about the black bass spawn will begin, Doug? Man, if you had asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said they were already starting to stage up. We were seeing some signs of those fish trying to want to go not on beds but get up there. We had some really good fishing here 2 weeks ago when it was in that crazy warmth. But I don't know, Doug. Let's revisit here in a couple of weeks and see if we get a rebound. Then 21 when this happened and we had the lake plummeted almost 15 degrees. Literally the next week, I don't know if anybody remembers, but the very next week we shot a Fox Sports TV show and it was 80 degrees for like 2 days.
Yeah.
We went up in 2 foot of water and drilled the Eater Blues.
Yeah.
We had like 40 in like 2 hours. We killed them up in Squirrel and a couple other places, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
But
we were doing a shallow water. Was that when we did the shallow water bite?
we did a shallow water. We did like an Eater shallow water bite early February, and they were already up there. But the main lake was still like 45 degrees, but the water in the backs of some of these coves off the main lake were like 56, 57.
That was crazy.
And so all the bait, remember there was bait up there.
So do you think we're going to have a shad kill with this cold? I mean, it's happened before.
Let me give you my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they keep extending this cold. But here's my thoughts. We should be around 44 to 46 degrees right now, normal temperature.
Yeah.
The lake is warm. When this Arctic crap hit, we were on the main lake at 50 to 51 degrees in the middle of January. That's warm for us. So we have a head start, a good 5 to 7 degree cushion that we shouldn't have. So, but at the same time, did that trick and fake out the shad? And they spent a lot of time out in Waco Bay and, up north. There's been a lot of bait up north of the bridge. Even last week, there was a bunch of bait up there. That bait's only in 18 to 20 foot of water. How fast is that water up in these extremities, where a lot of bait is? How fast is that going to cool down? And how fast can those shad move out to, 35, 40, 45 foot of water?
Yeah.
That's going to be the question. So
I'm excited about it getting cold because I'm hoping the lake kind of gets a little more back to normal and we have like a really good February. Because, Tawakoni's been kind of weird the last few years. It's like we used to say, well, January, February are the 2 best months for trophy catfishing. And then, God, the last few years, it seems like it's like November, December. It's just a weird, you know?
Where you're right. Where before, if you could make it through December and get into January and February, it was like,
Lights out.
no holds barred.
Yeah.
December was kind of slow. You're right. In the last couple of years, it's like last 2 weeks of November through all of December has been like the really good, who knows, man, they're fish. That's why we're fishing guides. That's why we love coming back. We don't know all that we think we know. And we're at when you think you know what you know, then you realize you don't know what you know.
You don't know what you know.
So, but
I mean, we've had a good year. When I say a good season, I mean our season kind of starts around November as far as our season is concerned. But I mean, we've caught a lot of big fish. But normally, mid-January through February, it's crazy good. So
yeah, Dodger said something there. I want to talk about that. But Noelle was still asking about the white bass, and a lot of people are wondering too about the spawn. That's such a fun time.
Yeah.
So let me say this: the last 4 Marches, the last 4 late Februarys that we've had on this lake, we have had a rising lake.
Yeah.
We've had tremendous amount of water.
God, yeah.
I mean, it's been every year. It's been like crazy. This is the longest that we have been in the winter and not had a rising lake.
Yeah.
So here's what I would say about the white bass spawn. These white bass have no problem whatsoever spawning on the main lake. Back in 12, 13, 14, even early in 15 before the hurricane hit and filled the lake up. Those fish stayed on the main lake. We were catching fish well into early March, and then they started spawning. We were sharing main lake points, Sun Point, Cloud Point, all these points down in Tallman, all those points. We were sharing these points with blue catfish and white bass, and we were catching tons of big white bass on cut pieces of shad while you're blue catfishing for eaters and for big fish. And that was just because these fish are super adaptive. If they can't make it in the creek, or they realize it's too low and they don't go in the creek for whatever reason, they don't have any like running water to draw them up the lake, then yeah, they'll just chill out on the main lake and they'll spawn. White bass do not need a lot of current to spawn, hardly any at all. And if they've got a windblown point that just moves around, the female lays the eggs, the males come around and they spray them in a general broad area. As long as they've got a little bit of wind and they've got some agitation, they're fine. Those will take, and they'll do just fine. So I prefer it that way. I don't like going up in these creeks with these big boats to try to go catch them. I'd rather them do their thing on the main lake and roll.
Hey, that's a good thing for Jeremy. If we've got a small group, they can take those duck boats up there. We got one or two guys that want to do some white bass fishing up in the creeks. A lot of people love that, you know. I think Chase has a duck boat, right? Of course he does.
Chase has a somewhat of a duck boat. He's got more of a regular John boat, but it would kind of work. You just have to be careful.
Yeah.
You know, but Jeremy's boats really suit for just hauling butt and going as far as you can
pretty
go.
Cool.
So
yeah.
But last March was really good. Jeremy Robinson said last March was really good. It was. They came out early. Jeremy, are you talking about the creek or are you talking about the main lake? Because I think you're talking about the main lake because it was. Yeah. It started early last year. We were catching them as early as like March 5th to March 10th. Where normally it's always the 31st, the 28th or the 31st of March.
Always. Because we're like, oh, if they would just bite through spring break, you know?
Yeah.
And it would just make a whole world of difference. But last year was great. God, we're so busy. It's like as soon as March got here, we were incredibly busy, 4 and 5 boats a day all the way through, you know.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Late summer.
It says Dodger said, I don't know, we had a heck of an opening day last year. Yeah, Dodger, I still think Jeremy's probably his top 3 trips he had last year for Blue Cat. One of them was that day, and it may have been the best. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Last year wasn't too bad. The couple of years before last year, it was really tough. You know, we were visiting some sister lakes.
There's no question that the fish, the trophy blue catfish on Tawakoni in the last 2 to 3 years has been better than the 2 to 3 years previous to that.
And you notice some of the tournaments stopped coming to Tawakoni.
Yeah,
you notice
they
that?
did.
Because
well, they had such bad tournaments in like 21, 22, 23. It just, you know, and I'm, you know, and don't get me lying. I mean, I'm okay with that. You know, I'm okay. Noel said, remember when we came out of the creek and we stopped at the state park and slayed the white bass, big ones too. Yeah, we literally did. He and I had trips up in the creek, trying to catch white bass. I think it was
Bridget.
Potter's group.
We love Bridget, y'all.
Bridget's on. Heck
yes,
yeah.
She's so sweet.
Well, let me book a March trip. Hey, March is a fun time. Bridget, if you book like spring break to the end of March, that's an awesome time to be on this lake.
It is.
And it's not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah.
So, but
talking about cold, is there any, have you peeked outside to see what the weather's like?
Would you like for me to?
No, I was just wondering. Yeah, I would like you. No, look, right there. Look right there. Peek over there. He's going to peek out the window.
She's going to do something to my chair.
We're always getting each other. Do y'all do this to your wives? Like you're watching a movie and it's like intense or a scary movie and you're like really in it and you're just like really in it. And then he goes, show him what you did to me.
Well,
just show him what you did to me.
Well,
I'm watching a movie.
We were watching the movie where the NFL guys were capsized off of the Florida coast, and they did a movie, and they were getting rolled off the boat, and then it shows the underneath and the sharks and everything. And right when one of them got rolled over off the boat, and then it went underwater and started doing that weird music and everything. I got her like that, right?
I hate when he does that.
And here, does your wife do this? Instead of jumping and getting really nervous, she knocked the crap out of me.
Heck yeah, because I was fighting off them sharks.
I'm telling you something
I was
like that.
Sharks
So,
eating me.
Dennis Farley is watching. What's up,
Yeah,
Dennis?
I'm telling you.
And I saw also.
But I get you too, though.
I saw
get you.
LD was watching. LD, I'm so glad you're watching. And who else was on here? Luis Morgan was watching. So that's awesome. Robert's watching. Kevin Martinez. There's a lot of people on here. That's cool.
I was. How do I get you though?
Oh, you get me. I know what you do. I scare that. Wayne says he scares the crap all the time out of his wife. I bet she hits you too, doesn't she? No, what Terry does is I always text her when I'm leaving work, and I say, "Hey, babe, I'll be home in 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever." And so
It just goes headed home.
you know what? I'm gonna stop doing that because I know what I'm doing now. I'm letting you know.
I'll creep you.
So what happens is that, you would think I would catch on to it, and I don't. She freaking hides behind the door, and then when I walk
Pretty
in,
much every day.
I walk in with my guard down, and she comes and jumps behind the door. And
I bet I have 20 videos of him going, "Ugh."
Every time she gets me, that's my fault because I should. You know what? Maybe I'm going to wake up now and realize that this is what you.
But
do.
I get it. I get him when he goes to the bathroom at night. I get him when he goes in the kitchen to get a snack at midnight. I get him. I get him when he's walking to the car and hit the phone.
Did you put something down?
No, I promise.
Oh, well, Doug said, I can't believe he sat on that and didn't feel it. That's why I was sitting there thinking, did you put something
No,
down?
I didn't. With your little ballerina pants on.
Well, hey, so I was watching the Channel 4, the Fox guys, Dan Henry and Evan, who retired, the meteorologist.
Semi-retired.
It's so funny. They wear suits and they wear hilarious tennis shoes on the bottom because no one ever sees their feet. Well, right now, we got on hoodies, shirts. Of course, Mom over here's got on regular stuff. I've got on my little fleece bottoms.
That's funny.
And, yeah, no one's going to see those. So
that's funny.
It's all good.
You got ballerina pants on, though. Little
They're
skinny pants.
They're called hot chilies.
Yeah.
They're like a super thick, hot fleece lined pant that goes underneath.
So what did it look like outside?
It looked just like it's looked all day.
Oh, so it hasn't changed. Has it got any worse?
No sleet. Super cloudy.
Wow.
Looks cold, but wind's not blowing much. It's just whatever.
Yeah, not bad. Well, I mean, they're saying it's going to get worse, so we'll see. I sure hope not, because we've got everything shut down at the lodge and the cabins and the inn, and got my dad's house situated, and your dad's situated, your mom's situated. I mean, our kids are situated, so we just hope for the best.
What is everybody doing right now? Like, if you're watching, like, what's kind of your thing right now? Are y'all? Where are y'all watching this from? Are y'all on your couch? Are you in your bed? Are you in your kitchen cooking?
Wondering.
What's everybody?
And what are y'all
doing?
cooking
Is
today?
anybody fishing right now?
Everybody's cooking. Everybody's sending me
Let me
pictures
ask
of food.
Josh, how are y'all's? How your shad doing? Are y'all worried about them at all? Y'all have like a heater around the tank, or what's kind of what's the deal going on with that? Jeremy, are we gonna have a pool at the lodge this summer? That's a good question.
I get in trouble for asking him all the time.
Hey,
babe, where's the pool?
Was I on the
Babe,
phone
what
with
are you doing?
Noe a couple days ago? Is he not coming out to look at the job on Thursday?
I don't know.
So,
about
Jeremy,
that.
the
We'll
answer
see.
to the question is 50-50. But here's my vote. If we do get a pool at the lodge, after every fishing trip, I say once customers are gone and boats are clean, I say we go take a dive and cool off.
Y'all better go take a shower
We'll
first.
put a shower at the pool.
Outdoor shower?
An outdoor shower just right there by the pool, so we can get all our shad guts and
Jeremy
shad
said he made
scales.
deer chili and sitting on the couch.
Deer chili and sitting on the couch.
Huge pour after. That's so funny.
Doing great. Tanks at 60. Good God. The tank's at
Bridget,
65 degrees.
are you in Georgia? Is that what you're saying?
That's awesome.
Man, wasn't that a great? I'm not Georgia, but I mean, I'm thinking Indiana, but wasn't that a great game the other day?
Hey, did you hear what Dodger said? Sorry, I didn't cut you off, but this is funny because Dodger, that's what he does for a living. Dodger takes care of pools. He is on his A game. And he put, he goes, there's a huge pool right off the dock. That's exactly right. That's my point. A free one,
there's
too.
so many people, though. I don't mind swimming in the lake. I'm good with it. But there's a lot of people that don't want their kids or don't want to get in the lake. Like, they don't want to swim in the lake. So We need to get the pool. We were about to. If you've watched some of our other podcasts, we've talked about it. But we were the day before that they were supposed to start construction, and they canceled.
Oh,
so.
look, Bridget said she's in Georgia.
That's what I said. I was
Well, let's get
are you in
a
Georgia?
Bridget temporarily from Georgia or in Georgia. Let's get a official weather report from you. What's the status over in Georgia? I saw where they were expecting some pretty nasty weather your way. I'm gonna climb in the hotel and jump off the pool.
Funny.
You better jump real far, my man. That's a long jump. I say we get a zip line from the inn.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
put a pole middle cove.
It's a mess,
and then have a big zip line all the way out in the middle of the cove. And
This
then
is
just
where the
jump off.
13-year-old in him comes out.
I think it'd be great.
Dude, we jumped off our house growing up into the pool. We used to have pool parties, and when my parents are out of town,
That's hilarious.
I was like a junior in high school.
What's up,
senior.
Mr. Trophy Blue Daily? He says,
funny.
I'm bed all day, blankets playing on TikTok. Almost hit the water, but I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Stay in bed.
We were at the lodge looking at the water, and Michael's like, "Do you want to go fishing?" And I'm like, "I mean, I did. Actually, I really did. But I'm thinking, I want to be home. I want to have access to the house if something happens with the kids or my dad or something.
I
Or
would
if
say
electricity
this.
goes out, I just want to be available to help people.
You're right, and I agree. Today's the day, though. Like, it's not near as bad today as they thought it was going to be. It's going to be tonight and into tomorrow that's going to be the bad stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're going to fish, today was the day to try to do it. I mean, it's in the high 20s
it's
here.
not bad here
It's
right
not
now.
bad. You
It's
can
not bad
launch
at
on the
all.
boat ramp easy. So
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
tip line.
Let's do not that we need to do or whatever. So he does fishing reports for Parks and Wildlife. And what's your last fishing report that you did? It came out Wednesday, right?
I would say, yeah. I sent it. It'll be out Thursday.
Oh, okay. So last Thursday.
Yeah.
Today's Saturday. So it
so
just
it's
came
already
out.
out.
Yeah. So what was the gist of your
You know,
report? I mean, it hasn't changed a whole lot, has it?
Weather report from Brandon. Brandon Cantrell.
It's cold.
Go
So what's the
karts and
fishing
paintball
report?
guns. I like that. So the trophy fishing is, I would say it's a B right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the good thing about the trophy fishing. We're not skunking out. You know what I mean by that is, Tawakoni is sometimes it's like you work really hard to get
Yeah,
one or two bites.
feast or famine sometimes.
So Tawakoni it's a B. I would say right now she's putting out occasional 50s. She put out a couple of good 60-pound fish a couple weeks ago, but as far as really big fish, I saw a big fish that that Brandon McMillan caught. He caught that's the biggest fish I've seen caught so far. We had a 66. The fish he caught was a 68. So that's the biggest fish I've seen caught. That fish
Good
was
for
caught
you.
right when it started cooling down up decently shallow. So that's cool. I would say the trophy fishing is a B. Let's see what happens. Let's see what,
Yeah, this cold weather must really kick them off,
if we
too.
don't get a shad kill, y'all listen to this. If we don't get a shad kill, this Arctic weather will help us a lot. It'll roll us through February and really
Scott.
put a lot of
Hey,
fish in.
Scott.
Scott Magnovich in Fort Worth. The Waffle House is using limited.
I can tell you where I was
love
the
it.
first time Scott ever called to book a trip. We were in Greenville catching bait.
We were in Greenville at the lakes.
Yeah, catching bait. And I was sitting in the car and you were out there throwing it. It was freezing cold. And he wanted to book a trip in the summer. And his name came up and I was like, Monoknovich.
And that was when
How do
he
you
was
say
doing
that?
the groups with Groupon or, hey, Scott, what's the name of the group that you guys...
Groupon.
I know, it's not Groupon, but it's like some type of it was like it wasn't a singles group.
Yeah,
it was just an outdoor
It was
group.
an outdoor group. Yeah, that was some of the best trips we've ever had.
Oh, I
with those
bet.
people. They were so
Scott,
fun.
hey, Scott, put on there to your best guess how many trips that you've actually done with Tawakoni guys.
Thank you, Kevin.
And Scott fishes with a lot of different guides, and that's
does.
great. But just with us, how many in the last 10 years, how many trips do you think you've done? I'm just curious to see what your number is. I've got my number in my head.
See, that's what the great thing about this job is that I can tell you the first time I talked to someone and where I was at when I talked to them and booked their trip. I can tell you the first time Rick Dixon called me. I can tell you the first time Scott called me. I can tell you the first time Steve Silver called.
Do you
it's
remember,
I remember all these
with
things.
Rick Dixon when he stepped in between you and me and said, do I need to be your marital counselor?
It was funny.
So we didn't even know he was off the street, and he was as sweet as could be, and he was being as sassy as he could be.
He's
He had
sassy.
Chris with him.
He's sassy.
And the backstory on that is this was a hybrid strapper trip, probably mid-April, and we were on them, guys. I mean, it was so easy. All you had to do is just show up on the lake, and you had your limit. And a freaking low pressure system come in. Fish were schooling like crazy, and it was time to leave the dock. And there was a little bit of thunder and a little bit of lightning in the distance.
It was cracking.
And Mama put the brakes on.
He was crazy
hardcore.
back then, y'all.
Well, my group,
Go back and look at some of the videos.
my group still wanted to go, and Terry wasn't going to go. So there was a little bit of
we were arguing on the water.
It was on the
No,
dock.
we were on the water in front of like the SRE. I was.
Really?
Yeah.
So we came back in.
Rick knows.
Maybe we did.
I know.
back
I
in.
came back in.
Yeah, we came back in, and that's when
If
we
there's
started kind of
lightning
bumping
and your
heads a
hair
little
is
bit.
starting to stick up,
And
you're
so,
like,
so Rick, right in the middle,
rods are arcing. It's like
right in
time
the
to go
middle
in.
of us still arguing at the dock, Rick steps in and goes, "Guys, do I need to wear my marital counseling hat for y'all?" And ever since then, I've loved him.
I know.
So the hybrid bike.
What do they do this time of year? Do we even know where they go?
Yeah, we do. Of course we do. But okay, look, North Texas Outdoor. Scott says,
Yes,
North Texas, I would
NTO.
say over 20 easily, and you could co-captain my December. And you could have co-captain. Sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to not co-captain your tuna trip. That's pretty funny. That almost happened. Terry put the brakes on it. She said I couldn't leave and go, and that was before. If she'd have known that you would have been on the trip,
It would have made a little bit of difference.
she probably would have let me go. But yeah, it was bad timing.
It was really bad
I had
timing.
a trip.
Well, we just had a death in the family too, so it just wasn't good timing. We were helping out.
The
your
next
mom and
time
stuff,
we'll
so.
do the overnight, and I'll co-captain for you, buddy.
Yeah.
But as far as the hybrids, we do know what's going on with them. The problem is this time of year, they don't like to feed real well. You can see them. You know, Jeremy was on a mega school of hybrid about 2 weeks ago. I mean, he was sending pictures and screenshots. He could not get those fish. And as soon as he moved out of the hybrid and got into the white bass about 200 yards away, it was game on.
But we can catch them right now.
We can catch some. It's not lights off, you know, not like the white bass are. Yep. So what?
But we can catch them right now.
We can catch them. Absolutely, we can catch them.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do
Okay,
now.
we can catch them.
Yeah, but if you want to go catch hybrid, we can catch them.
Look, yeah. But that's going to be a phone call. But we are on hybrids.
We are on hybrid.
We are.
That's funny.
Phone call.
That's funny. Yeah, if you want to go hybrid fishing, then just holler
We
at
can
us.
hook you up.
Man, I'm burning up in here.
Dude, my hands are freezing.
Turn that
I'm
freaking
cold.
heater off.
Well, it's
is
been
so
an hour.
warm.
We probably need to get off.
Has it been an hour?
It has been an hour already, yeah.
Well, let's give a couple more reports.
Okay.
Then this one's going to blow your mind. We didn't have this report last year, and we definitely didn't have it the year before. But if you want to get on 75 3-man limit, 100 a 4-man limit of eater blue cats right now,
Yeah.
give us a
We're
call.
smoking the blues.
Give us a call. We're on them. We're on them. We're going to be on them too. It's not going
Don't
anywhere.
look outside and go, oh, I don't want to go fishing in this cold. I mean, because, you know, in 2 weeks, it's probably going to be pushing 70 again.
Yeah,
So,
probably in 10, 12
you know, and
days.
if that means wait till the last minute to book, wait till the last minute to book. We might have an opening. You never know.
Yep. Crappie are actually, they're decent. This is going to help them. So we're not on tons of numbers of crappie, but a 25 to 30 fish day is going to be about average right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. There's really, I mean, you got trophy, you got the hybrids. The white bass bite is game on. If you want big numbers of white bass, big white bass, it's great. It's not very far. We don't have to go that far out of open water lodge to catch them. You know, a 5-minute boat ride, and it's some really good fish. You know, we're real fortunate to have the Sabine River as our basin for our fishery.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know, there's only 2 lakes in the state of Texas where the Sabine River touches the lakes.
What's that?
We head water out here at Tawakoni on the Sabine, right above, our lake are the headwaters. So we catch it first. So you got Tawakoni, and then that river runs about 200 miles back and forth, and it filters and goes right on into Toledo Bend, the largest lake in Texas that shares the Louisiana border. And notoriously, the largest white bass in the state are in Toledo, and they go up the Sabine River. And hey, don't be touching my hardware there. So You got to hold it up there, remember?
Really?
Yeah. Turn that thing on.
Oh, I can't hold it so much.
Here, let me see that. This has a great sound. Let me do it again. That's the sound of a big wahoo that just got my bait. It's time to go. Matter of fact,
Sorry,
can I get a group of about 5 or 6 guys that want to hook on the big Twin V right now? And let's go on down to Galveston. We could leave out in the morning, and we could be at the
My
flower gardens
goodness.
by tomorrow afternoon. Sleep out under the stars, and then let's go catch some big old
I
wahoo.
heard it's snowing offshore.
Let's go, baby. Who put on the comments down there? Who wants to go? We leave out tomorrow.
Oh, you're a mess.
Oh man,
You're
I
a
miss that
mess.
sound.
Yeah.
Trophy Blue Daily says, "Do you think the eaters will change and slow with the water temp drop?" Yes, I
point.
think that
That's a good point.
the eater blue cats will definitely. We've been sitting on that 50, 52, 53 degree mark all winter. I think we're gonna, when this is all said and done, I think you're gonna get on
Thank
the
you,
water,
Doug.
and it's gonna be 40. We're gonna see 43, 44 degrees on the main lake. The upper ends of the lake where a lot of guys have been fishing for their blues up north of the bridge and whatnot and out west, that's going to be 40, 38, 39, 40 degrees. And let me tell you, if you get up there and you drive around and you don't see any bait at all, like the whole biomass that's up there, if it migrates out completely, can you catch a big fish up there still? Yeah, you
That's
could.
your clue to move.
But if that's the case, the only question is it not there because it died, or is it hopefully it's not there because it migrated on down south? So,
yeah.
but Noel says to pick him up at the Waffle House, and Wayne says he's down. All right, that's
so
two.
funny.
That's 2. I need 2 or 3 more, and let's go.
Yeah, he's crazy. Well, we really hope everybody stays safe. You know, supposedly it's supposed to get pretty treacherous out there.
Tonight,
don't drive if you
tomorrow
don't have to.
Is the big day.
We don't plan on really doing it. We are going to go check on the lodge later on this evening, but it's not bad out here. The roads are like nothing. There's nothing on the roads.
Not bad. Chase said earlier that Greenville, Wayne would know. Wayne's up there. Maybe further north, Greenville and on up. You know, how does thing look? Rick Dixon, if you're watching, he's up at Bonham.
Or even like Canton and just kind of south of here, because we woke up and we had a lot of sleet. I mean, it was white outside. It took us a while to get the truck defrosted, but the ice off the window anyway.
Yeah.
And but as soon as we got up the street and hit 1395, like there was nothing anywhere.
Hey, what's up, Bob? I'm glad you joined us here. We're actually going to be on just a few more minutes.
Yeah, there was nothing. So, but Will's Point was clear.
Christian's
the
watching.
roads
What's
were
up, Christian?
great. There was nothing on them.
Yeah, it was weird. So I don't know. I think, man, it's really random. And they said that in the weather. Some guys would have, an inch or two of crap, and then others wouldn't have much at all.
An inch or two of crap.
So
I don't know. Inch or two. All right. Yeah. Well, let's roll. I'm hungry. I can smell stew cooking down there.
Hey, we got some good stew to eat.
We do.
And I heard Josh is making. He's making some.
Everybody's cooking.
Deer jerky, I think he said.
Chet made fish tacos.
Yeah, and
no, not fish tacos.
Jeremy,
he made a poor boy. What's that? What fish did he use?
He had a sheep's head.
Sheep's head.
Which, by the way,
po'
that's
boys.
off the chain. Yeah, he had sheep's head po' boys
He said
with
he really likes
some
it.
broccoli. So Christian said that, and that makes sense. North Texas up by the Red River is pretty snowed in.
Oh, wow.
So, hey, Christian, how much snow did you guys get? Kevin, more.
Red Oak is icy. Yeah.
Kevin, we got to get Kevin back out here. I'd love to see him.
No. He used to fish a lot with Noel, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they've been busy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And so
I gotcha.
he says Red Oak's icy. That makes sense. My mom lives in Midlothian, and then
Straight wet. Yeah, it is nothing.
Yeah, look at what he says. Straight wet, nothing more. It just blows my mind. Yeah, we still have on our roof right here. We have ice on the roof, and we have water dripping off of the roof, and it has all morning.
Yeah.
So we're like not even hardly freezing. So it's crazy.
Yeah. It's funny too, because I flipped through social media a little bit yesterday, and all I saw was people posting pictures of the grocery store, like out of food, nothing, like no bread, no milk. I don't even buy bread or milk, and it was funny because when I got to Berkshire's, I was like, because I'd already been, I was like, well, let me grab a little extra, whatever.
And you were afraid when you got there that you wouldn't be able to get anything.
Yeah, that would be mass hysteria, whatever. It was like any other
day.
Friday morning. Yeah, there was like 10 cars in the parking lot. They had all the meat, all the bread, all the milk, all the eggs, everything you needed.
Oh, that's our heat.
And we keep hearing that.
So Christian, up at the Red River, he said they've got 4 to 6 inches of snow.
Wow. Let's go up there. We kind of went to Windstar. We should have booked it and went up there and
Yeah, tonight's the night though. Tonight and tomorrow night are
We
going to
don't
be the
even
coldest
gamble.
nights. How many of you guys are having to drip? Not yet, but when it gets really cold, who has houses where y'all actually drip? We do.
we drove.
We drip. We have to. We don't have a slab foundation, and we've got a
We
pier
drove at
beam,
the
and
lodge and the cabins.
we've had to drip. We dripped the lodge. We actually turned everything off at the cabins and inns. So we're going to try something different.
We're about
this
to
year.
do a lot of renovation up there on the shoreline. So, we got to get that done. So it was closed anyway. We closed it till the first week, I think, of February.
Yeah.
So, which stinks. Sad. That is what it is. Yeah. All right, I'm hungry. Let's go get some stew. We sure appreciate you guys hanging out, watching, talking with us. So good to see a lot of you guys. So,
All right. Well,
gonna
until
sign
next time, y'all
off,
stay
so-
warm. And
yeah,
we'll see
y'all, everybody be careful.
We'll see you guys next time.
All right, bye-bye. You want to go turn it off up there, honey bunny? I am starving. I am too.